family. If you're in or near Columbia, South Carolina, you've got to visit the House of Hathor, located at 6319 North Main Street. Open Tuesday through Saturday, it's your one-stop shop for African clothing, African masks, natural soaps, incense, candles, jewelry, and more. Plus, they've got a beautiful event space. Owned and operated by Baba Rutaski and Mama Neterma Canute. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the culture. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the movement. When you support the House of Hathor, you support the people.
Greetings, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the House of Hathor's Libation, Liberation, Lifestyle Ceremony. That we come to you this day with the message from the ancestors that continues to be the foundation of life that exists within us as well as without us. Let us bring the ancestors involved into our daily lives so that their guidance, so that their knowledge and wisdom comes through the information and instructions that has been transcended, instilled, transferred into our vessels, into our temples and our altars, so that we may continue to be that which is innate within us, to bring forth the institution and the industry of our existence, our truth, for why we are here and what we are designed to do. We call upon our ancestors far and near, fathers and mothers of our fathers, mothers and fathers of our mothers, to bear witness to all that we have done. And it is by your example that you continue to inspire us towards reclaiming our ancestral minds, regenerating our ancestral spirit, liberating our families, our homes, and our communities, and restoring our greatness as a people. We pour libation to bring into our midst your venerable ancestral spirit, radiating your great wisdom, your courage, your dedication, and your unyielding commitment to victory by any means necessary. It is in the honor of our Creator, our great ancestor of all ancestors, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and our brothers, our children and their children, our grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents, our aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, and elders of the community, that we pour this libation in your honor. In the honor of the Creator, our great ancestor of all ancestors, and the various manifestations of our creative spirit, we pour libation. Ashe. For our esteemed ancestors, who laid the foundation for human civilization, and who provides the wisdom to which we live, and the models by which our lives are guided, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors, who suffered the atrocities and the horrors of our Ma'afa, but yet demonstrated the victorious power of the ancestral spirit by maintaining their dignity no matter the cost, we pour libation. Ashe. And for our esteemed ancestors who survived and made it possible for us to be here today, that we continue the fight of our ancestral liberation and our vindication, we pour libation. Ashe. And finally, for our children and their children and future generations of our ancestors to come, that they too in their time will vindicate our race from all adversaries, and that they will continue to imprint upon the world the great genius of our ancestral humanity, we pour libation. Ashe. May your venerable spirit engulf this occasion to reaffirm our ancestral canity. It is done. The great ancestor of all ancestors is satisfied. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Dua Nater. So my brothers and sisters, this day that the ancestors have given to us, we say peace and power, Hotep to you all this day. And as we continue to live, love, and learn our processes of life, that it continues to dwell within us as well as without us. And what we're speaking about today, we're talking about us being extensions of our intentions. When you are an extension of your intentions, that means you know what you are designed to do and you know that you are doing what you have been designed to do. It becomes the extension of life that brings forth your truth, the justification of your truth, and that you have clear communication with your ancestors. Clear communication, that trust and honesty is a part of that communication that you're having with your ancestors. And as the ancestors continue to bring forth our truth, our knowledge, our wisdom, our clarity, and our understanding, it is only because of the clear communication that we have with them as we honor them, as we acknowledge them and as we venerate them. Clear communication and honesty and trust, not only with yourself, but with your spirit. Because as the spirit continues to dwell within you, it already knows your truth. It just wants to see if you're going to be honest with your spirit and have clear communication, honesty and trust with spirit, so that the spirit can work within you in your intentions. So that as you continue to perpetuate, as you continue to extend yourself outward, that you're extending your honesty and your trust through spirit that comes out in your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So we must have that clear communication with our spirits that dwell within us. So that spirit recognizes that we understand our highs as well as our lows. And as we continue to bring balance within those highs and lows, that we know how to move forward. Because we are a battery. We are a car battery within the spirit. And this car battery has a positive and negative balance that is within it. And as we have clear communication, honesty, and trust, our values, our interests, and our principles is the grounding wire that keeps us balanced within that positive as well as that negative energy that we have within us. But we got to have clear communication, honesty, and trust. And what we're going to speak about today as an extension of that is that we have what we call amethyst. Amethyst brings clear communication with our ancestors, clear communications with our own thoughts, words, and our actions. Lapis lazuli brings us honesty and trust within ourselves. So we have the amethyst that we have here at the House of Hathor, and we have lapis lazuli, which we have here at the House of Hathor. When you're in search of having clear communication with the spirit of the great ancestor of all ancestors, and your ancestors, then you need the amethyst stone. The amethyst stone helps you to work on those entities within yourself. It doesn't do it for you, but it helps you to have clear communication with the spirit. And when you have clear communication with the spirit, then you also have lapis lazuli that helps you to provide honesty and trust within yourself, with your spirit, with your ancestors. So that as you continue to think, as you continue to speak, and as you continue to provide the action of that spirit, that you're providing that honesty with your thoughts, your words, and your action. And you don't have to apologize for being honest and for being truthful. You don't have to apologize for having clear communication, because your first obligation is to yourself and to the spirit that dwells within you. That's your first commitment. That's your first obligation. That's your first responsibility. The ability to respond, clear and communication, clear, honest, and truthful communication with your spirit. And as you continue to develop or interdevelop that within yourself, then as you continue to provide access to that spirit within yourself, then you are better able to speak to others with that clear communication, with that honesty and trust. Doesn't matter whether they agree or disagree, because it is your truth. It is your clear and honest communication that you're having with those that are around you about your position, about your intentions, and that you are an extension of your intentions as a vessel, altar, and temple of your ancestors. Again, we're talking about using these tools, amethyst and lapis lazuli, to interdevelop clear communication, honesty, and trust within ourselves, so that we can be better equipped to do the work that we're required to do, to speak about it, and to be about it. So we say peace and power to you all this day, my brothers and sisters. Let us work on having clear and trust and hope for our communications in our aspects of life that dwells within us. Clear communication with the ancestors within yourself, and being honest and truthful with that clear and clear communication, honesty, and trust with our ancestors and within ourselves. Peace and power to you all this day, and ashe to our ancestors.